First question, who is the main character in Pride and Prejudice? A. Elizabeth Bennet. B. Mr. Darcy. C. John Bennet. D. Mr. Bingley. And the correct option is Elizabeth Bennet. Second, where is the majority of the novel set? A. London. B. Pemberley. C. Meryton. D. Longbourn. And the correct option is D. Longbourn. Third, which character initially exhibits the most pride in the story? A. Elizabeth Bennet. B. Mr. Darcy. C. Mr. Wickham. D. Lady Catherine de Bourgh. And the correct answer is option B. Mr. Darcy. 4. Who is the Elizabeth Bennet's best friend in the novel? A. Charlotte Lucas. B. John Bennet. C. Lydia Bennet. D. Caroline Bingley. And the correct option is A. Charlotte Lucas. Next, which of the following statements is true about Mr. Collins? A. He is Mr. Darcy's best friend. B. He is Elizabeth Bennet's sweetheart. C. He is a wealthy landowner. D. He is a military officer. And the correct option is option B. He is Elizabeth Bennet's sweetheart. 6. What is Mr. Darcy's first name? A. Fitzwilliam. B. Charles. C. George. And D. William. And the correct option is option A. Fitzwilliam. 7. Which of the Bennet sisters elopes with Mr. Wickham? Option A. Jane. B. Elizabeth. C. Lydia. D. Mary. And the correct answer is C. Lydia. 8. What is the social class of the Bennet's family? A. Nobility. B. Gentry. C. Upper middle class. D. Working class. And the correct option is B. Gentry. 9. Who is Mr. Darcy's aunt and a prominent character in the story? A. Lady Catherine de Bourgh. B. Lady Lucas. And C. Lady Anne Darcy. D. Lady Charlotte Collins. And the correct answer is option A. Lady Catherine de Bourgh. 10. What is the central theme of Pride and Prejudice? A. The pursuit of wealth and power. B. The importance of social class. C. The consequence of hasty judgments and prejudices. And D. The triumph of love over all obstacles. And most probable answer is option number C. The consequences of hasty judgments and prejudices. 11. Which character is known for their sarcastic and witty remarks throughout the novel? A. Mr. Darcy. B. Mr. Bennet. C. Lady Catherine de Bourgh. And D. Mr. Collins. And the correct answer is option B. Mr. Bennet. 12. What is the occupation of Mr. Bennet? A. Lawyer. B. Clergyman. C. Farmer. D. Merchant. And the correct option is C. Farmer. 13. Which character initially persuades Jane Bennet to give up her relationship with Mr. Bingley? A. Mr. Darcy. B. Mr. Collins. C. Lady Catherine de Bourgh. And D. Caroline Bingley. And the correct option is Caroline Bingley. 14. What is the name of the estate owned by Mr. Darcy? A. Netherfield. B. Rosingspa. C. Pemberley. D. Longmoor. And the correct option is C. Pemberley. 15. In the end, which couple get married in Pride and Prejudice? Option A. Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Collins. B. Jan Bennet and Mr. Darcy. C. Lydia Bennet and Mr. Wickham. D. Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. And the correct answer is option number D. Elizabeth Bennet and Mr. Darcy. 16. What is the name of Mr. Darcy's close friend who initially courts Jan Bennet? A. Mr. Bingley. B. Mr. Collins. C. Mr. Wickham. And D. Mr. Gardiner. And the correct option is Mr. Bingley. Next, who is the youngest Bennet sister? Jane, Elizabeth, Mary, and Lydia. Who is the option? What is the correct answer? And the correct answer is obviously option number D, Lydia. Which character is known for their obsession with finding suitable husbands for their daughters? In the story, there was a character who was very much obsessed with finding suitable husbands for their daughters. And I know the name of the character, and she is Mrs. Bennet. So the correct answer is B, Mrs. Bennet. 19. What is the name of Mr. Darcy's estate manager and steward at Pemberley? A. Mr. Gardiner. B. Mr. Bingley. C. Mr. Collins. D. Mr. Darcy manages it himself. So the correct answer will be D. Mr. Darcy manages it himself. 20. Which character is described as having pride in the novel's title? Mr. Bingley, Mr. Darcy, Jan Bennet, and Elizabeth Bennet. And the correct answer is B. Mr. Darcy. 21st. What is the name of Mr. Darcy's sister who is shy and reserved? What is the name of Mr. Darcy's sister? A. Caroline. B. Charlotte. C. Georgiana. And D. Catherine. And the correct option is Georgiana. Who initially proposes to Elizabeth Bennet only to be rejected? What is the name of the person? A. Mr. Collins. B. Mr. Bingley. C. Mr. Wickham. And D. Mr. Darcy. So the correct answer will be A. Mr. Collins. Next, which character serves as a voice of reason and guidance for Elizabeth throughout the novel? A. Charlotte Lucas. B. Jane Bennet. C. Lady Catherine de Bourgh. And D. Charlotte Collins. And the correct answer will be option A. Charlotte Lucas. What is the primary motivation for Mrs. Bennet's actions and concerns? A. Her love for Mr. Collins. B. The social status of her daughters. C. Her interest in literature. D. Her desire for a lavish lifestyle. And the most correct answer is option B. The social status of her daughters. Now, 25. How many Bennet sisters are there in total? Very, very easy question. So, option number C will be the correct answer. 5. What is the name of the wealthy and aristocratic aunt of Mr. Darcy? Lady Lucas, Lady Anne Darcy, Lady Catherine de Bourgh, and Lady Georgiana. So, the correct answer is option number C, Lady Catherine de Bourgh. 27. What event leads to Mr. Darcy's first proposal to Elizabeth Bennet? A dance at the Netherfield Ball. A chance encounter in the garden at Longbourn. A visit to Rosings Park. A trip to Brighton. So the correct answer will be option number B, a chance encounter in the garden at Longbourn. Next, Which character runs away with Lydia Bennet, causing a scandal? A. Mr. Collins, B. Mr. Bingley, C. Mr. Wickham, D. Mr. Darcy. And the correct answer is, we know, it is Mr. Wickham. 29. Who is known for their love reading and piano playing in the novel? Elizabeth Bennet, Lydia Bennet, Mary Bennet, and Kitty Bennet. So the correct answer is Mary Bennet, option number C. In the end, which character experiences a change of heart and becomes more humble? Mr. Collins, Lady Catherine de Bourgh, Mr. Wickham, and Mr. Darcy. And we know it is the leading character who was in this kind of situation. At the end of the novel, it was D. Mr. Darcy. What is the name of Mr. Darcy's estate in Derbyshire where he eventually proposes to Elizabeth? A. Netherfield, B. Rosingford, C. Pemberley, D. Longbourn. So the correct answer will be option C, Pemberley. 32. Which character is known for their frivolous and flirtatious behavior? So which character known for their frivolous and flirtatious behavior? A. Mr. Darcy, B. Mr. Collins, C. Mr. Wickham, D. Lydia Bennet. And the correct option will be Lydia Bennet. 33. Who initially introduced Elizabeth Bennet to Mr. Darcy? Mr. Bingley, Mr. Collins, Mr. Wickham, and Charlotte Lucas. It is option A, Mr. Bingley. 34. What is the relationship between Mr. Collins and the Bennet family? He is Mr. Bennet's brother. He is Mrs. Bennet's cousin. He is Mr. Darcy's friend. He is a distant relative of the Gardiners. So the correct answer will be option B. He is Mr. Bennet's cousin. 35. Which character is known for their beautiful singing voice in the novel? A. Charlotte Lucas, B. Jane Bennet, C. Mary Bennet, D. Lydia Bennet. So the answer will be Jane Bennet. I think the answer is not sure for me, so please check the answer. It may be Mary Bennet also. Okay, so check it. 36. What is the first name of Mr. Bingley's sister who disapproves of his relationship with Jane Bennet? A. Charlotte, Caroline, Catherine, and Georgiana. So the correct answer will be Caroline, option A. 37. What is the final destination of Lydia and Mr. Wickham after their elopement? A. London, B. Gretna Green, Pemberley, and Bath. So the correct option will be Gretna Green. Next, 38. What is the primary reason Mr. Collins proposes to Elizabeth Bennet? A. Love at first sight, B. A desire for social advancement, C. A promise made to his father, D. A tear from Mr. Darcy. So the right answer will be B. A desire for social advancement. 39. Who helps Lydia and Mr. Wickham when they are in financial trouble? Mr. Darcy, Mr. Collins, Mr. Bingley, and Mr. Bennet. So the correct answer will be Mr. Bennet. 40. At the end, how many couples get married in Pride and Prejudice? So in the story, we come to know there are two couples who got married at the end of the story. So answer will be B, 2. 41. What is the name of Mr. Darcy's housekeeper at Pemberley? Mrs. Reynolds, Mrs. Gardiner, Mrs. Bennet, and Mrs. Collins. So the correct answer will be Mrs. Reynolds. 42. Which character initially spreads false rumors about Mr. Darcy, Mr. Collins, Mr. Bingley, Mr. Wickham, and Mr. Bennet? So we know that the correct answer will be Mr. Wickham. He was the villain of the story. 43. Which sister is closest at age to Elizabeth Bennet? Jane, Mary, Kitty, and Lydia. So the correct answer will be option C, Kitty. 44. Who eventually proposes to Charlotte Lucas and marries her? Mr. Bingley, Mr. Darcy, Mr. Collins, and Mr. Wickham. So the correct answer will be Mr. Collins. 45. In which century is Pride and Prejudice set? 18th century, 19th century, 17th century, and 20th century. So the correct option will be option B, 19th century. Which historical period in England is often associated with the Regency era, during which the novel was written? Victorian era, Georgian era, Edwardian era, and Tudor era. And the correct answer will be Georgian era. 47. In which year was Pride and Prejudice first published? 1797, 1813, 1837, 1851. And the correct option will be B, 1813. 48. What was the original title of the novel when Jane Austen first wrote it? First Impressions, The Band Sisters, Love and Prejudice, and The Darcy Connection. So the right option will be A, First Impression. 49. Who was the publisher of the first edition of Pride and Prejudice? A, Richard Bentley, B, John Moore, C, Thomas Egerton, D, William Collins. And the correct answer will be Thomas Egerton. 50. What pseudonym did Jane Austen use for the publication of Pride and Prejudice? A, Carter Bell, B, George Eliot, C, Marian Evans, D, Anonymous. So the right answer will be Anonymous. Okay, thank you.